Kamau, who's from PRISC, and that's the Performers' Rights Society of Kenya. Now that we're talking all about the money, Ephantus, please unmute your mic. There's been a big question about how people earn money. I know you've seen the complaints by artists talking about the 2,500 shillings that they're getting. So talk to us now about how you calculate royalties that are due to artists. Ephantus.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. It's such an honor to be here. And I must say that, of course, being the chairman of Performance Rights Society of Kenya, our mandate being to collect and distribute royalties to the right holders. As Performance Rights Society of Kenya, I know there have not been so many complaints like it has been before, but the end of last year, the three licensed societies, that is CAMP, PRISC, and MCSK, came together. And we decided, because we have a new blood in the system, we decided now to have a system that is transparent and which is credible to the members. And we procured a system that is a digital system that every musician or even a member, a right holder, or even the government are able to access and able to understand the money is collected and the money is distributed to the members. However, by January, February, March, at the time of COVID-19, of course, the system wasn't rolled out very well, and from there we had challenges even to introduce the system to the members of the public. But the system right now, it's outside, it's out there. It has three modules. It has a monitoring system which monitors when music plays wherever, in whichever broadcaster in this country. We are able to know that this music has played somewhere, and then it is able to tabulate depending with the money collected from the users, how much that musician or actor, because PRISC we have actors, that person or that right holder is able to receive. So we have tried. And okay, I believe the future is very bright.
Ephantus, tell me one thing. So as you monitor, how many times songs are played on radio, on television, what is that? Talk to us about the calculation specifically. So out of all of this, how much money, what percentage of it goes to the artist? What percentage do you keep, as the collectors?
Thank you very much. One thing I would want everyone to understand, collective management organizations are very different from content service providers, because collective management organizations, we can only distribute that which we collect. And we collect from where music is exploited in a public place. For example, we cannot distribute that we don't have. So the issue of compliance is the first thing. So if, let's say we receive, 20 million, then that 20 million, per PRISC, we distribute 85% goes to the musicians, then 15% goes to the actors. But that's the money remit. It's called distributable amount. After deducting, Sharia says, the law says we are supposed to distribute 70% of the entire collection. But since the collection is lower, at times we find ourselves maybe distributing 50%, and we use in the office administration 50%.
So when the artists are complaining, like Calligraph Jones, Elani also complained about receiving, a check of 2,500 shillings in a year, where do you see the problem? Are you saying the problem is with, the media houses, radio stations, TV stations, that gives you less money and therefore you are paying them only 2,500?
The answer is very simple. Of course, that was from our sister company, MCSK. And what I would want to tell you is that MCSK has over 14,000 members, and they have several distribution procedures. The first one is the general distribution, whereas they take all the monies they have, they distribute equal to all the members. But then what I would want to tell you, the compliance is low, and our appeal, for example, Camp PRISC, they already have an issue at Milimani with the broadcaster, the big five, because they've not been able to pay. And what we are saying is, if at all the compliance is high, someone like Bien or maybe someone like Nadia, who their music is receiving a lot of airplay, and that money is paid to the CMOs, it is easily and it is well able to distribute good money depending their airplay to those artists. But now the compliance has been very low, and that could be the reason as to why maybe MCSK distributed 2,500 shillings last year.
And yet, Ephantus, there have been some serious allegations of mismanagement of funds on your part. In fact, the Kenya Copyright Board ordered a forensic audit into collective management organizations such as yours, the Kenya Association of Music Producers and the Music Copyright Society, and they raised some red flags, including possible misappropriation of funds, fraudulent transactions, ghost payments, poor record keeping, and diversion of royalties. In fact, they have called on the DCI to come in and investigate with a possibility of prosecution of some of the individuals within the collective management organizations. Could this also be a problem? And what is your response to that audit that was done by Kekobo, which is, in fact, the management, the organization that is sort of regulatory above yours?
Thank you very much. I will be honest with you. I'm the first person who wrote a letter on March last year to Kenya Copyright Board, and I requested them to do a forensic audit to PRISC because I really wanted to understand how the monies were spent the previous years. And at the end of the year last year, Kenya Copyright Board issued a statement that there will be a forensic audit that will happen starting from the years 2017, 2018. I got to the office at the end of 2018, so been in office for 1 year and something. And the outcome of the audit, yes, some of the allegations mentioned were right, but it's a matter really which is an investigation with the DCI, and maybe I may not really mention so much because the DCI has gone back to 2014, for PRISC 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. But I think it's for the betterment of the industry. Because I'm a musician, I also manage artists. I would appreciate that at the end of it, we'll be able to get those who have taken members' money, those who have mismanaged the members' funds, should be put into book. And I support that. I even wrote to Kenya Copyright Board, and I said I support the whole thing.
Okay, so if that means you have to leave office and members of PRISC have to leave office, you're ready to do that, yes or no?
Yes,
Thank you.
If I was caught, in fact, there were letters which were sent to some of the board members across the 3 CMOs.
Right.
If I received a letter, I would have resigned, stepped aside and wait for the investigation. But what I know from my side and what we have in our books, the issues of policies, and as a company grows step by step, there are issues of policies which we have taken care of, like
but these are
procurement policy. So it's a step by step, and by time we'll get there.
Ephantus, these are issues of corruption, not about policy.
Yes.
So that is a different matter altogether.
Sorry?
These are issues of corruption, mismanagement of funds, diversion of royalties meant for artists, ghost payments. That's criminal, as opposed to just an issue of policy.
Okay, the statement which was released was collectively for the 3 CMOs, but each CMO has its own letter. So when I say that, I know it is criminal, and I say that if anybody from PRISC, maybe the current board or the previous board of the current managers or the previous ones, then they should be brought to book. That's what I'm saying.
All right, great, thanks. We've been talking quite a little bit. We'll come back and talk about the business of music. That is what we're discussing right now on the show. Are you an artist? Have you received monies from these collective management organizations? What do you see as the future of the music industry for many players, not just the musicians, but those in events, DJs, and even entertainment, sports? Please keep it coming. The hashtag is Business Now at Citizen TV, at Yvonne Okwara. It's at Citizen TV Kenya and at Yvonne Okwara. Okay.